said I got to say something, baby, hand me the mic. I said I got to say something, better hand me the mic. Somebody hand me a mic. Cause I got to say something, so just hand me a mic. When I need to say something, better hand me the mic. I said I got to say something, better hand me the mic.
People like us.
Hello.
Talk about the sponsor. You know what sponsors us?
Dash Media, I think, isn't it?
Dash Media. Right, well, what it is, we haven't quite got an advert yet, right? But I am going to say this. If anybody of the two listeners we've got, if you've got an idea, right, something you've been thinking about, like New Year's resolution, January and that, and you want a website for it, because that's how you're going to have to start, right? If you've got an idea and you're going to make a business.
Online presence.
You need an online presence. It's the age of the internet, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you're going to need a website. Dash Media, a bespoke design agency, they'll make a website better than anybody else, and that's pretty much all you need to say, really, innit?
Good at websites, like.
Good at websites, like. So,
hello.
Here we are. I'm Dan, you're Chris.
Yeah.
And we're here again.
We are.
People like us. Do you think that's a good name?
Yeah, I like it.
Do you think?
Yeah.
I keep thinking of like, do you know, because I listen to a lot of podcasts.
Yeah.
Like, okay, here's some of the podcasts I listen to, right? So plugs and that. I listen to, obviously, The Big Man.
Sure.
But then, okay, This Past Weekend. I like that name.
Yeah.
Because initially, when he first made it, I think he would, like, do shows on a weekend and then make his podcast during the week and talk about This Past Weekend.
Yeah.
I listened to one called Two Bears, One Cave. Love that name.
Yeah.
Have you heard of Two Bears, One Cave before?
Yeah, Tom Segura.
Yeah, Tiger Belly, Bad Friends. These, and maybe it's just because we're called People Like Us. I always think like everybody else has got like a much better podcast name than us.
The only thing with the name is there's like quite a few. If you search for People Like Us on YouTube, you've got like loads of channels with the same name.
This could be changed.
You're not thinking of changing your name, are you? You're thinking of changing it.
If all of a sudden, right, I had like a bolt of lightning idea where it was like, oh my, of course I'd change it. There's no worry in changing it. We're too new for it to matter.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, like whatever. But honestly, I dare say I think about podcast name at least daily.
Yeah.
At least daily, I think, and like, what could it be? But I never come up with anything.
I like it.
I never come up. Like, have you ever, since we've talked about it?
I really like it, and I'm stuck with it.
The original idea was Green Light, wasn't it?
Green Light.
But if anybody can think of something, let it in the comments. Comment below.
Sorry for the slurping. But do you know what? Like, I'm not sure I'm not sure People Like Us means anything. At first, I think we got the name before the meaning. You know, like the People Like Us. You can tell it's a podcast about people like us. Do you know what I mean? Like, that would work. But like...
We had the meaning first because it was in Cuba that you got that, wasn't it? In a restaurant.
The shop.
In a restaurant.
Yeah, this a bit of this sign was in a shop.
Yeah.
People, from Cuba will know about it. It says, people like you should eat. People like you need to eat with people like us. That's what it says. Great big sign. I just like the design, really. That's where it come from, the design. But it did have the phrase "people like us" in.
I like the name, mate. You're not wrong with it.
Should we sticking with it then?
I don't know. It's not my call, big man.
No.
Leave that to your producer.
No. Yeah, keep thinking about it, Southpaw. It's not over yet.
We shall.
If we stay with this, we stay with this.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Nothing wrong with it.
Do you know what I found out?
What'd you find out?
I told you about it today, didn't I? About South Korea.
Oh, yes, you did.
Do you know, well, you do know, the Koreans eat dogs.
Yes.
They do. Do you know there has now been, Googling time Southpaw, there has now been, the law has been passed that they're not going to do that anymore, basically. They're not going to eat dogs. And it was like, somewhere I read, and it said that they did a vote. You know, like, I don't know what they have, like a parliament or whatever. Basically, like, it was a complete whitewash. Everybody voted no. And do you know, when I read it, I thought, good on yous. Like, obviously you've all been for it in that, but you've came up to like the real world now and you've looked around the planet and thought, we're really looked down upon because we eat dogs, right?
Yeah, so South Korea's government just passed a new law to ban breeding and butchering and distribution and the sale of dog meat by 2027.
That's the bit I don't get. That's what I don't get.
Put it off for a couple of years, boys. Got to get everyone used to not being able to get dog meat on the market.
You picture the scene, like everyone sat there, in the parliament. Do you know what I mean? No, we no eat dog no more. All sorted, right? Everybody decided it's good idea. We don't eat dog. And then somebody at the back said, like, maybe we wait a few years. Like they've done it, but they've like that's the bit I don't get.
Put it off for a bit.
Why? You've all decided that it's about. Oh, really? We didn't need Image, Southpaw.
It's really sad, isn't it?
We didn't need Image.
Brutal, mate.
South
I think
Korea's
I
not the
don't
only
like
place.
this.
Africa's really bad for dog meat trade.
The Africans eat dog.
Yeah, man.
Do they
There's
really?
a guy out there who rescues them all.
Do you know? If I came into money, I'd be like the Captain Planet of saving dogs.
Would you?
Yeah, of course you would.
That would be your goal in life.
Imagine you had
Save
billions.
as many dogs as possible.
Imagine you're a billionaire.
Yeah.
It's all done, right? You can shop for a bit, have fun for a bit, debauchery for a bit, but there'll come a point you'll get sick of that, and you need to do something meaningful. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's the
Dogs
meaningful
is the
thing.
way, like-
You just go around the world on your private plane with a team of people, and you just stop all this shit.
Yeah.
Imagine.
That'd be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I don't think
take
you'd win though.
satisfaction from that.
Yeah, I don't think you'd win though. There's too much of it in the world.
No, you never stop, and it's all over Asia, isn't it?
And-
Asia love eating dogs, dirty bastards.
And I believe that even though this law has been passed, it'll be that customary. Customary? Is that a word?
Customary, yeah.
People will be used to it. They'll still be going on. Just black market stuff.
Yeah.
Like, for example, you're not allowed to
Never gonna
kill...
wipe it out completely.
Like, you're not allowed to kill dolphins and that people do. Like, there's things you're not allowed... Like, do you know the past laws about some animals? Oh, they're nearly extinct. We can't do this no more. They kept doing it till they were extinct.
Yeah.
Stuff's gone, right? What's gone? Puffins and that. Do you know what I mean?
Puffins still exist.
No, they don't.
Dodos?
Dodos.
Dodo's similar to a puffin, kind of.
Is it?
Similar.
Give us a look at a dodo, mate. Let's have a look at a dodo.
It looks like a
It does look. I don't know whether a little bit.
So we don't actually know what they look like because they're just drawn, right?
Yeah,
they didn't exist. Like,
they've got the
historically, when humans were about.
what is it when they dig them
What
up?
do you
What's that
mean when
called?
humans are about? We've been around for ages.
Dodos were dead by the time humans came around, I think.
No.
Ice Age, I think they got wiped out. Maybe humans were about in the Ice Age, I don't know.
No. That's not right. When did dodos get extinct?
1681.
Ah, right.
That's Tudor and
okay.
Stuart and
the
that.
last dodo was killed 1681.
But there was no photographs then, obviously.
Ice Age, the movies, led me astray there.
Yeah.
So all the dodos die in that, don't they?
Easily done, mate.
Yeah, it is.
It's only
Just
part
don't
factual.
take cartoons as historical fact.
Just part fact.
Turn this phone off.
Part factual. Yeah. If you could try any animal to eat,
Yeah.
what would you try? Exotic.
That's a weird question, Dan. I don't know.
Thank you.
I never.
Do you know what I would like to try?
Do you know what I did? Try crocodile in Walkabout. You know, when there was a Walkabout bar in the borough, they
I
had
remember.
crocodile and kangaroo, and crocodile was actually really nice. Really?
What is it
Yeah, it's
akin to?
It's got the texture of chicken, but a little bit fishy, salty, fishy. It's really nice.
Possibly a saltwater
I'd eat it again.
crocodile.
Possibly, mate. Yeah,
Possibly, yeah.
it's possible. Yeah.
Yeah. I've been listening
I
to
didn't
Attenborough.
ask the origins of the croc, but yeah, it could have been saltwater, mate.
I wouldn't mind shark fin soup
Yeah, it looks.
purely because I think sharks are bastards.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, like you'd feel good eating them, wouldn't you? Like, ha! It was like, you know, like, ha.
My how the tables
yeah.
have turned.
Oh, Mr. Bond. yeah, no,
No, have you seen the process of them chopping sharks' fins off?
I haven't.
Oh, it's disgusting, mate.
Don't they just get hold of it and just?
It's not very nice, is it? Literally
Well,
just
there's-
cutting some off a living creature.
Have you seen that thing? Talk about messed up stuff.
What's that?
It's in where is it again? I think it's in them islands. Don't quote me on this. I think it's in the islands somewhere up near like Iceland and that, like up that way.
Right.
I don't know. I could be completely torn on my ass. But what they do is they kill whales.
Yeah,
And-
I've seen that.
But
But
they're like,
it's,
and they hack them, right?
I feel like I want to say Burkina Faso, but I could be wrong. But yeah, the like the hunt all the whales, and it's just like a sea, like
Mass.
all over the beach. Hundreds of these
Yeah.
pilot whales, I think they are.
Are they?
Yeah, they do it every year, don't they?
That's it. And they're like, they chase it. It's like a big cove.
Yeah,
But they
yeah,
use
and
the
they huddle 'em
boats
all in,
to
yeah.
bring them in. And they only do it with like their hands. So like they bring all the whales to the shallow waters and all the men run in.
Oh, I don't
with
know if you want to
hatchets.
see this. It's a bit brutal. Like.
That's it there.
Oh, it's horrendous.
Yeah,
Oh my
so the
That's
bit-
it, the Faroe Islands.
That's it. So the boats chase them in, but the humans run in and they hack it up, right?
Look at the state of that, man.
What, they go in
Yeah,
and they
yeah,
just
they just
chop
kill him there.
chop
and,
them to
like,
shreds?
like machetes and stuff like that.
Oh
It's
my
cruel as fuck.
word.
I don't know why it's done with machetes, though.
Oh,
Yeah,
look at the fins.
But do you know what the argument is? Of course, if I, look, hear what I'm
Where's
saying.
the argument, surely?
Well, I'm going to give you it, Anna.
I don't
You know what I mean? I'm
I
going to
don't
give you it.
understand what you've got.
I
but
think
go
every
on.
population of anything needs controlling by something, otherwise it just gets out of control. And
There's that side of it, but there's also the thing that aren't these islands like freezing cold and like the middle of nowhere? And I think this meat doesn't get
when you
wasted.
hear Faroe Islands, you don't imagine it to be freezing cold, do you?
Nah, Faroes were hot, weren't they? No, but I think that all of the meat gets used. You know, I think it all gets like frozen.
I don't think it would be going to waste. I understand
And
that
I think it
part of
feeds them
but-
for like a winter.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It just is not very nice, is it?
No, it's horrible. Look at that. Disgusting.
Yeah.
It's just cruel. Human beings are just cruel, aren't they? In general, I think.
Oh, we're crazy, man.
Well, you've seen Free Willy, haven't you? That's brutal, that one.
That one was pretty cool. though. I could jump in that, couldn't
No,
it?
I know.
Remember?
He was sound, but like, they took him, didn't they?
He jumped out the water, didn't he?
He was dead
He
sad.
jumped over the wall and escaped, didn't he?
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
dead sad. The fin went over and everything, mate. It was brutal.
Do you think they could do that in real life?
Do what?
Jump out the water?
Oh, mate, I've
Killer
been
whales,
to
of course they can.
SeaWorld, you know.
They can breach. You've seen them at SeaWorld where they jump out of the water and do the spins and that, haven't you?
Oh, yeah.
I was there the last year before that woman got killed and it all got banned and humans couldn't go in the like pool with them anymore. But I was there for the last year. And when you're watching it as a kid, I was only about 7 or 8. You think, oh my God, that's amazing. There's a killer whale. There's a woman stood on its mouth and it's diving out and it's crazy to watch. But you're looking back, it's a bit brutal, really, isn't
Yeah,
it?
SeaWorld's grim, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I same as you. I remember watching it and being fascinated, but it isn't until I've got older and I've thought, hang on a minute, there's a whale in a little pool.
Is it Blackfish? The documentary
Yeah,
about
Blackfish is good, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know what it's called? Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, it's about that Tillicum, the main whale that they bred from, and I think he's killed 3 or 4 people
What, this one whale has?
Yeah.
He's a serial murderer.
Yeah.
at SeaWorld. Yeah,
But the
he
SeaWorld
kept killing his like trainers and stuff like that.
You know, like after the first one, you'd think, oh, like, who wants to imagine putting that job post out?
No, but like,
Imagine.
Yeah.
You know, whale woman wanted, ask no questions. You know,
sign here.
yeah, so what happened to the last guy? Oh, it didn't work out. No, it didn't work
Well, no, I think the first 2 they covered up, and it was like, oh, it was a error.
kept
It was
killing
it was an error from
Yeah,
the trainer.
They
They said it was an error from the trainer or something.
was,
But
yeah.
how
weren't
can
telling
it,
the whole truth? Yeah.
can it be an error from the training?
I've got no sympathy for divvies
That's an apex predator.
that get in the water.
I wouldn't get in the water with one of them. Like,
You see, who were we speaking to before in here? There was somebody we were speaking to and is telling us about that silly cow that swims with the great white sharks. You know, that divvy woman. Do you
Oh no,
remember?
that was me. This,
it was you.
This was
Seeing this weapon here, look, there's a woman, right? And she's taken it upon herself to think that it's okay to swim.
is that the one where she swam with that big blue?
Alison Towner, and yeah, she swims with the biggest great white recorded.
Yeah, it's called Big Blue, isn't it?
Big Blue, yeah, and she's absolutely
I think she was
huge.
pregnant when she done that.
Yeah,
Right.
look at the size of the thing.
Well, yeah,
though.
she's obviously a shark expert, isn't she? She knows what she's doing.
That's so funny. It's so funny. A shark expert. Do you know what this shark, right? Don't give a fuck about what he don't care. It's just pure luck that she hasn't been eaten. That's all she is.
No, because
Hand on
you
it.
can read sharks, and then they're actually.
Dad's having none of
No, mate. I know how it sounds. You can read sharks,
Oh,
but
it's so
it's a
funny.
real thing. Like what I've been told from the stuff I've seen and watched. Apparently, if you're like you make yourself like the shark knows that you're there and you're aware of the fact that it's there, and you make it known that you turn to it, you see where it goes, then they're not going to bother you, mate, because they're like. I don't know. I haven't
I
got.
think, like Dan says, a lot of it will be luck, but there are certain telltale signs with a shark when it's hunting and when it's chilled and it's fully fed. So
I mean, listen, Selpa, I hope I know you for a long time, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
I think
no,
we should
mate.
have a bet.
No, I'm not getting in the water with the shark. I know where
I would
this is going.
Place of work just for fun.
You'd
just
have
for fun.
You'd have to
I
bet
would
me
put-
a lot of money. Like,
I would put a tenner on that in the next 10 years. she dies by shark death.
Oh, Jesus.
Well,
That's
Alison
unfortunate.
Tyler.
I don't want it to happen. I don't want it to happen. I just think I think if she carries on, unless she retires, if she carries on, she's going to get eaten by a shark.
I mean, there's some teeth, them, like, aren't there?
Yeah, I mean, the more you fuck around, the more likely you are to find out, isn't it? But I mean, Steve Irwin messed with all kinds of crazy animals, and he got took out by a stingray.
Yeah, I think he was swimming with the crocodile whilst he got killed. So he was literally, the whole thing was about him swimming with this crocodile, and it all was going well. And then out of nowhere, this stingray just killed him. Brutal, really sad.
How does a stingray kill you?
The barb.
Tail. It's got a sharp thing in its tail, like a hook.
Yeah, it's
and
called
it
a
sticks
barb.
that in, yeah. And
Does
when
it?
it pulls the tail back out, it kind of fucks everything because it's like hooked.
Barbed.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like,
But it got his heart. That's what did it. But
Yeah,
that's
it went straight
it
in his
there.
heart, didn't it?
oh dear.
That's a sting.
Yeah,
I've
that's
I've stroked a stingray.
Yeah, I have in America. They just you put your hand
sad.
out and it just
In
feel quite
SeaWorld.
nice actually.
Size of him.
Obviously, they get their barbs removed, though, don't they?
Do they?
That's what happened. That's what can happen.
No, there's loads of different types of stingrays in there, and a lot of stingrays can't hurt you, but a lot of stingrays
Is that one in
can.
her back there?
Yeah,
It's deep, that isn't it? Don't want to pull that out.
I didn't realise it was that sharp. Like,
yeah, mate. So that's what can happen. Obviously, it's a weapon. The tail's a weapon, mate.
Yeah.
I guess that's the name,
Defense
right? Sting.
mechanism.
But I don't know whether are they poisonous.
What? Like,
There's probably types of stingray that have poison, I imagine. That one there, that looks poisonous as, doesn't it? That green and blue thing in the bottom left-hand corner.
yeah. I mean, that's nature's warning sign, isn't it? If something's green or blue, don't touch it.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. Contains venom and spines. Stingrays contain venom. Stingrays contain venom in spines located on the back of their tail. Injuries usually occur when a person steps on a stingray, which is often buried in the sand. Right. The stingray trusts the spine person. Like, yeah, so it just stings you and there's shit in it. It's not just the stab.
No,
There's more
so
to it
he
than that.
obviously
But the stab was what done, because he died pretty much instantly.
Did he?
Yeah.
So it was literally straight in the heart.
Yeah.
Right.
If you got one of those going in and then coming back out, you messed up, aren't you? It's over.
Yeah, it's over. But I don't know, like, I feel like Stevie kind of like set the blueprint for people, like, don't mess about with dangerous animals.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? And like
His son's still at it.
I know, and I have all the things like great white sharks.
I know, yeah.
Like, really.
Messing with 20-foot crocodiles and a stingray takes you out.
That could happen to her. She could be messing about with a great white shark and, you know, choke on a goldfish. Something like that. Maybe, you know.
Yeah, this is.
Is that Mini Steve?
That's
yeah,
me,
he's a carbon
Steve.
copy of his dad.
Does he
like, isn't
sound like his dad?
Yeah.
Please, he's got the same voice.
He does,
Oh,
yeah.
it's a big one. And all that stuff.
Yeah.
I've got to hear him. Let's play him. Let's hear his voice.
Yeah. Let me jump on YouTube first.
Yeah, have we got the premium yet, Southpaw?
We have got the premium made,
Have
but
we?
I have to
What's
go.
your bet then? Advert
I have-
comes up.
I have to go on YouTube first, and then I have to find Robert
What's his name?
Irwin.
Robert Irwin.
Yeah.
Let's have a listen to his voice. I pray.
Robert Irwin is the son of the famous Steve Irwin, and he looks to be taking this.
Let's have his voice. Sounds like monkey, doesn't he? Really sounds like a monkey.
Hang on.
Well, should we just take it as that he does?
He sounds a
sound
lot like his dad.
Oh no, here we go.
Please welcome to the desk and wildlife conservation projects from Africa to the US, Southeast Asia. So we're just always on the go. But
He
mate,
does
you
like-
do what you love every day. You never work a day in your life. It's great.
A day in your life.
I love animals.
As an animal expert, I have to ask, dogs and shoes.
Looks like Kevin De Bruyne, the boy.
He does like. Let's kill that Southpaw. He does sound like his dad, like. He does.
What boy?
Yeah. I mean, I bet Stevie Irwin made some money, did he?
Oh, yeah.
I bet he did. Bet he did. Like,
He owns a zoo, doesn't he?
I was going to say,
Australia Zoo.
how do they make revenue? Because, like, you don't get money messing about with crocodiles. Oh, TV.
Yeah, he's got a TV show.
TV,
yeah.
of course. Yeah, TV
and
deal.
He did say in one interview though he was throwing.
He put on everything back into conservation, didn't
every
he?
penny he had. He said, "I'm going to
It's not
buy
really
land."
true. He's got to survive, hasn't he? He's
Well,
gotta
yeah, he said
feed
obviously
his family.
Who,
and that.
Stevie?
Yeah.
He said
But
he was
the
gonna
way he
throw-
went on, all his profit went straight into conservation.
What is conservation?
Saving animals, protecting wildlife, protecting
The wild or in your
habitats,
zoo?
and all of it, mate. Yeah, he was like big on saving animals, like all over the world, not just in Australia, everywhere. Yeah.
Huh. Tell you, it's mad, isn't it? Like, obviously, he wanted to set out deciding he was going to be Steve Irwin. I wonder. I'd be interested to know what his path
dad was a crocodile hunter, wasn't he?
Really?
Yeah.
A hunter as in someone that killed them?
Well, took care of problem crocodiles, I think.
Right. I get. Okay. So it's like it's
like
evolved.
in the family.
Yeah. Started
It's
like
a
that.
skill. Yeah.
Yeah. So his dad
It's been
started off
passed down.
killing them or keeping them under control. He's taken it a step further.
Yeah, if you've got a crocodile on your land or something, I think Steve Irwin's dad was one of those guys that would go around and
Like an
remove it
exterminator,
for
yeah.
you. Yeah.
Do you know that's the thing in Australia? Like, there's literally an industry for like tarantula
Dangerous
removal
animals,
and shit like that. Yeah.
snakes and shit. Yeah,
That's a bad job, isn't it?
I know. Yeah,
Imagine you sat on the couch, you're on call, and the
got to deal
phone
with some
goes.
wasps in the UK. You got to go and deal with a brown snake in Australia or a tarantula or some fucking deadly so
Literally.
much shit kicking about over there, isn't it?
You're self-employed, have your own business and that. You know, Chris's animal killer company, and the phone whatever, and the phone rings. You're like, oh fuck, like. Because no matter what it is, it's bad. Isn't it? Like, whatever it is. Like, imagine.
It's not going to be good.
Hello?
Got a koala in my back garden. All right, I can come and deal with that for you, no problem.
Koalas mess you up, don't they?
I don't know.
I think they've all got herpes, haven't they?
No,
Or something.
they've got chlamydia, I think.
Have they?
Yeah.
Never.
Naturally occurring.
Have you heard the Theo Von joke before, what they say about it?
What's that?
Well, it wasn't a joke. It was something he said. It's reported that there was the conversation about koalas or some shit. I think Theo Von had gone to Australia and someone had said to him, oh, you saw koalas there, right? And, the guy made the comment that, is it chlamydia you say?
Yeah.
Like, be careful when you touch them because they've all got chlamydia, And he'd said, well, you want to be careful because I've got some things as well. Do you know, like the koala wants to be careful. I mean, I've butchered the joke.
I've heard the joke.
I liked it. Yeah. Good, innit?
Yeah, he's funny, Theo Von. Like, he's got a way of putting stories together where it's just like, wow, what is this guy on about? But also, he's hilarious.
Can you imagine a day in his head?
I know, yeah.
Like how he's seeing stuff. Yeah. I heard I mean, you can't use the R word anymore, but someone said like he's on what I do like him because in one moment he can be the word that begins with R that you can't say.
Racist.
Retarded.
Oh, right, okay.
You can't say the word retarded anymore.
Can you not?
No. It's a bad
right.
word now. There's loads
Is
of
it
words
taboo, is it?
Yeah. So the R word,
Right.
we won't use it anymore.
Yeah.
On one moment it can be the R word, and the next minute he can have a conversation with someone like Jordan Peterson and kind of hold his own.
Yeah.
And you think, are you really retarded? Or like, are you...
No, he's not retarded.
He's just an act, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's smart, really.
Oh, he's very, very clever, mate, yeah.
Yeah. I wonder what he's like in real life. Imagine he just comes completely out of character and he's just a bloke.
I know.
Imagine he doesn't even have that accent. Do you know what I mean? Imagine it's all just an act. Just turns around, he's got a New York accent.
I think the accent does make him sound a bit slower, though, doesn't he? Like the way he talks.
Mate,
And the way
he sounds like his sister's his wife, doesn't he? He sounds like one of them, proper backward country folk.
Yeah, where's he from? Louisiana? Mississippi, somewhere like that?
Yeah. Baton Rouge, Louisiana is where he's from.
Is it?
Oh, backward, mate. Backward. That's where the word backward came from,
Yeah, some of the stories he's got about his childhood, man. Mental.
Yeah, messed up about him. He said if his dad used to catch him masturbating, he'd make him bury it in the garden.
Bury what?
His masturbation excrement. Yeah, his dad used to make him
I
bury
remember
it.
the one where his mate kept telling him to bury dog shit or some shit. He just
Right.
kept on doing it or some shit.
No, his mate made him bury his own shit.
I was
Yeah. He's not burying shit in that. Imagine.
told a story about some kid with no arms.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was dangerous as fuck. Fuck with him.
Yeah, no, I imagine. But the shit out of you. I like that. Yeah, so then we've got some fights to talk about.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fight is. Who are we talking about? Just the Usyk and Fury fight, or is there more?
You got Joshua and Ngannou.
Yeah. That's further along the road, though, isn't it?
Yeah, there's no undercard fights announced for Fury Usyk. I think Anthony Yard's going to be on it, but no opponent. Just Usyk and Fury.
It could be one of those where they get next to nobody on because all the money is going to them too. I imagine it cost them a pretty penny to get.
No, Frank Warren said it's going to be stacked, like.
Did he? And it's in February.
17th.
What? Nothing's been announced yet.
But they've done the same thing for Joshua.
With a month to go.
Yeah, it was like announced 5 weeks before, and then the undercard was announced like a week later, so with a month to go. But Warren was on one of the channels yesterday saying it's going to be a massive card.
I mean, he's
There'll
bound
be
to
some
say
huge
that,
fights on it. J.O. Patai is on it.
You know, with this one,
But yeah, the only fight that's really of any interest is Usyk Fury, isn't it?
truth be told, with this one, I can go anywhere on this fight.
Yeah.
I can see anything and everything. There's 5 ways this fight can go. Fury, knockout or points. Usyk, knockout or points or a draw. I can see any of them. Any one of them could happen.
Anything could happen, like.
Yeah. I don't know. I am lulled into a bit of... Just after that Ngannou fight with Tyson, my brain just keeps saying to me, how is he gonna get himself in any better shape, or like much better shape than last time? Because he looked like a bag of crap.
October, did they fight?
Something like that.
I've had 4 months to work. Probably went straight back into camp. I don't know. He'll be in a lot better shape than he was for Usyk than he was against Ngannou.
Your head wants to say, surely Fury's going to win this. Surely. He's the heavyweight. He's the big man. What's the rule?
A good big man beats a good little man.
Yeah. That's the rule, right?
Yeah,
And is he a good big man?
he is.
And is he a good littler man?
Yeah, he might just be more than good, mate, and he might just be absolutely exceptional. Just be able to figure out any boxer that he's facing. That's what I think with him. No matter who you put him up against, he's going to work out a way to beat whoever he's up against.
I want Fury to win.
I do.
I don't know why.
Saying that, I'm not even sure I do anymore. He gets on my last nerve, Fury.
He's an awful man, isn't he?
Yeah.
I'm sure he listens to our podcast. And, we don't, as a person, I think he's a nice fella. Nice, he's a good dad. You know what I mean? Got a few problems, but he's a good man. He provides for his family. I don't have it, but I'm sick of his lying. Like, I'm sick of his lying and his I know it's all part of the game and that, but
the man's a walking contradiction.
Exactly. But if he pulls out of it, you wouldn't be surprised.
No,
I can still see that happening.
I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Like,
even on fight week, until they're in the ring, you can't be certain that Fury's going to show up, can you?
Like right now, if you ask me, if you said, if you had 2 buttons in front of you, the fight will happen or won't, which one would you press? I'd press 1.
But it will happen. There's too much money there, mate.
Do we know how much?
Way too much. 100 million each, I imagine. Something in that region.
Do you think they'll be getting paid the same? Because I can't see that. I think Fury will be demanding more.
He can't demand more. If he accepts a contract from Saudi Arabia for the fight, it's neither here nor there what they pay Usyk.
Wasn't that the problem last time?
Yeah, but that was at Wembley and there was a lot less money. So they've said 70-30 based on a split. But if Saudi Arabia come to you and say, right, we're going to offer you 100 million to fight Usyk, and you say yes, you've got no say at all in what Usyk's getting paid, because they go to Usyk and arrange a completely their own deal with Usyk. So we're going to pay you this, we're going to pay you this.
Have I heard this wrong? Correct me if I'm wrong. But I thought they were going to fight in Saudi once, and I thought that they'd both been offered flat fees. Usyk accepted his. Tyson declined his.
He wanted 200 million
because he found out how much Usyk's was, and he thought that it wasn't far enough away.
Yeah, he wanted 200 million. Yeah,
is that what it was?
Yeah, the first time, and then they were going to fight at Wembley.
Right.
Fury demanded 70-30. Usyk accepted it. Then Fury said no rematch clause, and then the fight fell apart because Fury kept moving the goalposts every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then they were supposed to fight in December, but obviously Fury had a tough time with Ngannou, so that got put back to February. But the fight will happen.
You think?
Yeah, I'm certain.
Do you know, like, the way I see it for Fury, and I get it, like, obviously I wouldn't condone it, but I see why he would be trying to avoid it, because it's a nightmare of a fight.
Yeah.
He could lose, and then all his bluster, you're not less in the world, because he is. I understand why he would not want to fight. But you know what it is? Like, when it gets to this pinnacle now, And these two are clearly the best, right? That's it. They are the best. Whether you think Joshua will beat Fury, whatever, they've climbed the tree. He is unbeaten and he's unbeaten. They've climbed the tree. So whether you think someone else could beat them or not, that doesn't really matter here. These are 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And we don't know who 1 is yet.
No.
If you go in and have that fight and you make a fucking hell of a show of yourself and you're proud of yourself and you go out on your shield or whatever and even come in second to be a close second in the world, like what honour that is. Do you know what I mean? You know, that's brilliant. When you get to this point now, does it matter? If you know, after the ring you're going to stand arm in arm with this man, you will have had an epic duel, an epic battle, and the best man's won. Even if you've got beat by the best man, you're still in history as you've been in one of the biggest fights ever. And you just got beat by someone who was a little bit better than you.
Yeah.
Somebody online just today, who was it? Martin Bacoli. He had made suggestion to that. And this is a man that's been in Tyson Fury's camp.
Yeah.
He's a sparring partner a lot of the time. So therefore you think he's going to back Fury. He made a comment that he can see Usyk. He also said other stuff, but he said I could see Usyk winning on points or knockout. I can't see Usyk knocking him out.
I think that's what's going to happen, mate. I think Usyk's going to stop him.
Stop him? What, down stop or ref stop? Like barrage?
Yeah.
One of them corner, he's not punching back types.
That could happen. I think Usyk's going to stop him just with volume. You know, when he starts throwing all his punches, throwing them, yeah, Fury won't be able to cope. Fury will end up on his ass and won't get back up.
The fitness could be I know we've always said that Fury's got a good gas tank, but that's when he's controlling fights.
Exactly. He's going to be made to fight in a way he probably doesn't want to fight.
And that, for the most part, the people he's been fighting of late aren't high-volume punchers.
No.
Deontay's not high-volume. Dylan White's not high-volume. Chisora's not high-volume.
And Ngannou
Not
threw
high
4
volume.
punches around it. And everyone's raving over Ngannou like he's something special. Jesus
Fury's
Christ.
obviously on the decline. I'm not saying Usyk isn't. Usyk might be, but Fury's on more of a decline. And Usyk comes on strong. Like, his back end of his fights are the best bits of his fights.
And you know, when you land something meaningful on Usyk, like, he turns it up. You know, he goes through the gears. He's like, I don't like that. I don't like the fact you just clip me with something nice. I'm going to pezzle you. You know, and that's what he does. And I think the only way Fury stops him is with something massive to the body.
So you think that he is vulnerable to the body then?
Usyk? Yeah, I think Dubois proved that he can be hurt to the body. And Joshua, he sort of winced off after a body shot Joshua hit him with that was just like sort of on the borderline of the belt. Mm-hmm. So yeah, he can be hurt, but I just think he'll figure out a way to beat. Because everyone thinks, all right, how's Usyk going to get into range? How's he going to land shots? He'll be in and out like a jack in the box, mate. Just landing shots for fun. Fury won't know what he's doing. I think
that's a big step. Fury won't know what he's doing. Like, he is like, say that back to yourself.
Yeah, no, he's not on Usyk's level boxing wise, mate.
But he is. He does know what he's doing in a boxing ring.
He does, but he didn't look like he knew what he was doing against Ngannou, did he?
Do you know what, right? Ever since I watched Tyson Fury get in the ring with Vladimir Klitschko, I've doubted him in every single fight.
Yeah.
No, not every one. I knew he was going to beat them two, the other ones, the ones he should have beat. I knew he was going to beat them. Wilder, Klitschko, Wilder all 3 times I thought this time Wilder's going to get him.
No, he did.
And every time he didn't get him.
No.
And Ngannou, I thought Ngannou was going to beat him anyway. That's what I thought, yeah. I just thought he was going to catch him. Just a big, like a big punch. And I've always counted Fury out. I've always said you're going to get beat. And every single time he wins and he proves me wrong. And right now my brain is like, if I was forced for an answer, Usyk's going to win.
Yeah.
That's what my answer is. But then my brain just says, like,
every time you write him off.
Every time you write him off, he'll find a way because he's a crafty man.
Yeah.
He might find a way to win, you know.
Yeah, I wouldn't write Fury off completely.
He'd be the favourite, right, going in?
I don't know. I'd probably be very, very close betting-wise.
Have we got some odds on that, Southpaw? I think he'd be the favourite going in.
Only slightly, though. He won't be a big favourite.
No?
No, I wouldn't have thought so, mate.
Right now, really, Chris, you're years and years of boxing knowledge, the times you were right, the times you were wrong, what you've learned from these men. Right now, what's your prediction and how confident are you in that prediction?
Usyk's going to stop him sometime between 9 and 12.
Late.
And I would say that I'm 75% confident that Usyk stops him.
That's quite confident.
Yeah.
There's your main
He's just,
market.
he's just
odds
so
there.
good, mate. See, the close them. You've got 8 to 11 for Fury to win and 11 to 10 for Usyk.
I'll
so
tell
it's-
you what, there's a bet and a half. All two listeners who are listening to this, the draw, 16 to 1. Go and
Yeah.
put that bet on. Because if they're both standing, it'll have been close. If they're both standing, it'll be close. 100%.
Do you think?
Oh, yeah, it'll be close.
I
Tyson
just think-
can box.
Usyk's work rate's too much, mate.
But
I think if you're going to beat Usyk, you have to stop him. He's going to land more punches than Fury is.
not necessarily. Not necessarily. When Tony Bellew fought him, up until that stoppage, Tony
He was
Bellew
doing
was
all right
up.
for 4 or 5 rounds, yeah.
He was up when he went down.
Got knocked out in the 8th.
yeah.
And for the first 4 or 5, he was winning the fight. Usyk
Yeah.
turned it up, took him out.
Because he ran out of puff, that's all. He just ran out of steam.
Yeah,
Bellew got tired.
That's because of what Usyk was doing there.
Yeah. I don't know.
Constantly putting pressure on you, making you work when you don't want to work. Bellew said he couldn't get a rest. He couldn't,
No.
relax for a second. He's got you thinking constantly with the feet and with his hand. He's always waving that right hand in your face. You know
Awful
what I mean?
that, innit?
And he's bouncing back and forth like he could throw
jitters
a
a lot,
punch
doesn't he?
any moment. It's just like taxing on your brain. I think that's why he tires people out, because you having to think so much that it takes energy from you.
The thing
Listen,
is,
there's every chance Fury could go in there and stop him, mate, or even outbox him and win on points. But if I had a gun to my head and I had to pick a winner, I would back Usyk.
yeah, just when I think about it, the voice in my head keeps telling me about Tyson Fury is, and maybe Usyk's done it as well, both sides, what I'm about to say, but it's more prominent in my mind about Tyson is that I've seen, in the short time I've been watching Tyson, first time I pretty much watched him was Klitschko.
Yeah.
Since then, I've seen Tyson do 2 different styles of box and win fights well with both styles.
Yeah.
I've seen him box and move like a slickster
When was the last time you seen him box and move like a slickster?
a long time before Wilder.
So can he still do it anymore? That's
That's the question. And judging on what I saw in the last thing, as much as I do think he'll be in better shape, I think he'll come in the fight with his mind where it needs to be.
Yeah, 100%.
But
He'd
his
be right
body-
on it.
His body might let him down.
It's his legs I worry about. You got to imagine, I mean, he's ballooned up to 25, 30 stone at
Again.
times. His legs are like proper skinny. You know, for a big man, he's got long, skinny legs. Carrying around that amount of weight, it's going to take its toll on your knees, your ankles, and
Yeah.
you get to a certain age and all of a sudden you can't do what you used to be able to do. I think he's 35 now, maybe 36. So
And people age at different ages. I know that sounds mad, but you'll get, as you say, you get some 35-year-olds and they're just pinnacle of fitness.
Yeah.
Then you get some and you're like, fucked.
Yeah.
Like, same with footballers. You look at Ronaldo, he's 38 now. He's immaculate still. He's not what he used to be, but he's
Yeah.
immaculate. I know 38-year-olds. I'm 38. How people went to school with me, mate? Look like old men.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And Tyson's one of them people where it seems as though time hasn't been kind. Again, due to his own activities as well. But
yeah,
he
it's
doesn't look
just
like
that you haven't got
Anthony.
enough evidence of Fury of late, have you? To say what he can do, because when was the last time he fought really well? What you're looking at, Dylan White was decent, but like you're talking 2 years ago.
As a final thing, I just have this little, I feel like there's like a little guy in my head. I can picture him now.
Yeah.
And he's just grinning at me, just saying, go on, doubt Fury again. Just doubt him again. And I think if I am going to be pushed for an answer, this might be changing my answer. My final answer is Fury and spectacularly, where
Yeah.
everyone's just going to go, never, and he will go down. As
How though?
Because I think he's going to surprise us. I think he's going to turn back the clock. I think Tyson's going to turn up. He might not look the picture, but I think he's going to turn up and he's going to have his best night of boxing he's ever had. I think this is going to be the pinnacle. I don't know how he's going
I
to
hope
do
so,
it.
mate. I can't see it
So
myself.
let's
like.
get down to specifics. Rounds, what you're saying, what's your exact prediction?
Points.
Fury on points.
Points.
Fury on points.
Not wide. Might even be split. He might win eight of the rounds, but it'll be the ones where he wins, and the ones, and I think there'll be some closes because he knows how to tie people up well. He knows how to use his body weight. So he has a tool in his arsenal that the other guy doesn't have. He has that smothering stuff. He knows how to tie you. Yeah. Usyk's got the fitness. Yeah. But have you been hugged by a bear for 3 rounds? He knows what he's doing. He's got the whole. He puts the head underneath. He's dirty when he wants to be, and he'll use it.
And when he throws his punches, he goes straight in for the the clinch.
Yeah. He's gonna graft his way through that fight, and he is going to hold them belts up, and then he's gonna sing at the end. Like, and you know what we're gonna do? We're all gonna have a little tea in our eye because we're gonna think we've just watched the greatest boxer of our era, and there he is.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen. That night, we're going to see the greatest boxer of our era.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to see Fury win, and then you get the Joshua fight, but I just think Usyk's too good, me. I just think he's going to beat him by stoppage between 9 and 12, like, just through sheer volume of punches. Nothing, like, that's going to take Fury's head off, but just pepper, and just either the ref jumps in and stops it because Fury's not thrown back, or alternatively, Fury ends up on his backside and doesn't get up.
Oofed.
Whoa, fucking hell. Do you know,
I'd like to be wrong, but I'm very rarely wrong, as you've probably seen.
If Fury had a hashtag, it would be gets up. Like, he gets up. He's been clattered. He always
Everyone
gets
says
up.
Joshua's chinny. He's never knocked up.
Well, freaking Anthony. Where's Anthony coming from?
Because it just annoys me. Everyone goes out there.
No one said anything about Anthony. Where's that gone?
Yeah, because people will say Joshua's chinny,
right?
But then they'll say, "Oh, Fury's got a chin of steel." How do we work that one out? Like,
I never said he gets a chin of steel.
He
goes down like a bag of spanners all the time, but he gets up. I said he's got good powers of recovery. If you want something to go off, I actually think Tyson's got chinny. Yeah. I actually think he's a little bit chinny, to be honest. But I think he gets up. He's hard to knock out and stay out for longer than 10 fucking seconds. Do you know what I mean? Someone who's really good at punching people. Really, okay, it wasn't his right, but it was good enough. Like, it was a right and a left, if my memory serves me right.
But the first time Fury got put down by second time. But
he got both sandwiches, didn't he?
It wasn't that clean, though. Everyone goes on like it's the biggest miracle ever that he got up from it. I mean, the right hand, he didn't get full extension, didn't follow through the shot, didn't go through the target with it. So I clipped him on. It's just.
But listen, we're not bringing Anthony into it, right? No one said anything about Anthony, so it's all right, you know. Don't worry.
Yeah. He's got a fight coming up, though, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's fighting Ngannou in March.
And final prediction, Southpaw. I am going, this is it, for all 2 listeners. Hi, ma'am. Hi, Chris's ma'am. Hi, Southpaw's ma'am. 3. I am picking that Fury finds a way, using all of his tactics, and we all, at the end, have a little tear in our eye and say, there's the golden era that we've just watched, and there's the best man in the golden era. And he wins. What are you saying, Southpaw? Who wins that fight?
I'm not a massive boxing guy like you used to, but just off what I've seen, my immature naivete in the boxing world, I'm just going to go Fury. I don't know much about it, but seeing his heart when he got up
not
from
wrong
that,
with picking Fury in the fight.
Seeing his heart, mate, when he got up from that punch, that's all I can really go off, and I just ever seen.
He's a
You know what I think?
What?
Nothing ever goes the way you want it to in boxing.
Never.
That's what I don't think. And
so that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. We all want Fury Joshua. We all want Fury to absolutely pezzle Usyk. That's why it's not going to happen, because we want it too much.
And you could be right.
I know.
I'd love to see
on that
Fury
Sunday
Joshua.
morning when I ring you after it and we talk about it, we could well be saying, "Fuck's sake." That's what we could be saying. That's it. It's gone. It's done. Who knows? I mean, those 2, Fury and Joshua, they'll probably have a fight regardless. It'll be too late. They'll both be 39 and do it as a last payday type thing. They'll fight one day.
You would like to think so.
I think they'll fight when
you
it
want it
doesn't
for all
matter.
the belts, don't you? You want it first.
That'll never happen.
No, it's not going to happen anyway.
I mean,
even
officially
if
it
Usyk
can't.
beats Fury, it's not going to. If
Even
Fury
if
beats
Fury beats
Usyk,
him, it can't.
it's not.
They'll never fight for undisputed. But I think
Man
they'll
is
have a
saying
fight.
that. Apparently, Joshua's next fight after the Ngannou fight is going to be Hrgovic for the IBF. He beats Hrgovic for the IBF, and then him and whoever is the winner of the 2 fights, Usyk and Fury, will still have all the belts. And then
I have an update for you.
Yeah.
This could be not happening. But what's actually going to happen is Joseph Parker's going to fight Hrgovic.
Yeah, but not for the IBF.
For the mandatory. And what's going to happen is Parker's going to beat Hrgovic. and there's going to be a Parker Joshua rematch down the line. That's what's going to happen. They'll fight
If Parker you think Parker beats Hrgovic, do you?
Yes, Parker will beat Hrgovic, and he stops him and all.
Does he?
Yeah, he stops Hrgovic. Hrgovic's head's gone since his dad died. It's true.
Is it?
Yeah, his head's gone. Last two, he's never looked right since his dad died.
Right.
He'll lose to Parker. Parker's on too much of a high. He's too active. No. He'll beat him.
Funny how you change your tune. You said Parker was washed to me before the Wilder fight.
Maybe. I've changed my mind. Can you change your mind in life?
You can.
Can you change your mind in life?
You can, mate.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's okay. You know, I didn't used to eat fish. I like fish now.
All right. Okay.
I didn't used to like coffee. I like coffee.
Yeah, we all grow, don't we? We
Yeah,
all
bro. Right. So what's going to happen is,
Yeah.
Parker's going to fight.
Hrgovic.
On-
Beat Hrgovic
Yeah, beat Hrgovic.
on March the 17th,
Anthony.
9th.
Yeah. Anthony's going to beat what's his face. I mean, it doesn't really matter anymore.
Ngannou.
The IBF's going to become vacant, and Joshua and Parker
Parker.
are going to fight for the vacant IBF, and Joshua will win again, and he'll be the IBS champion, and then he'll do the whole 3 times a charm thing.
Yeah. And then he'll fight the winner of Usyk Fury rematch. And then
maybe,
it'll be
yeah.
for all the belts. So
Problem,
Joshua still could become undisputed.
but he might have to beat Usyk.
Oh dear.
I
Well, the
know.
way Ben Davison's talking, it's like he's sussed out some sort of thing about Usyk. He knows something that nobody else knows. Because
Do you know what? Like, I'm gonna say this now. I know he got beat twice, like handily.
yeah,
I wouldn't count Joshua out. I'd still think, look, of course, Usyk, I still say he's more likely to win, but I'd give Joshua more of a chance now because he's had 2 goes and he knows what to expect now, and he knows he's had 2 goes. Like, you're only going to improve, and I think Joshua's more of an athlete. I think time might be nicer to Joshua because he's so diligent and he's got the genetics. I think by the time that fight comes, we're looking at like 2 years down the line from now. Usyk will be 37, 38. Yeah, Joshua won't be far behind him, 36. But I think Joshua's still going to be in great shape.
yeah.
And
You don't see Joshua falling out of shape, do you?
And I
No
think
chance.
I think he might beat him. I think he might beat Usyk.
I'd love to see that. I'd
Imagine
love
that
to see it.
redemption.
Yeah.
After on the 3rd go, he gets him. Imagine
Yeah,
that.
That would be class.
And then he gets on, and he ends up, and he becomes undisputed. Might not be the first, but he might end up as undisputed.
He could do.
Beating Parker, and then beating Usyk finally, or Fury.
Fury,
I think you
yeah.
beat Fury. I just do.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah, I think he will. If it's Battle of Britain, mind you, Fury won't have to be up for that one. He won't have to be
It'd
up.
be a class fight, but I think Joshua comes out on top on that one.
I mean, is this one even worth talking about?
Well, you know, I think
Dan's new favourite boxer, Ngannou.
you know what the truth is? After the Fury thing, I think we have to give him the respect he deserves. Because, okay, he's not a world beater, but he's just put apparently the best of our era on his bum once. So I think we do have to give him the respect and talk about it. Joshua's going to punch his lips in, is what's going to happen.
Yeah, I think so.
And I think it's going to be a lot better looking than Tyson. I think he's going to do him.
He should do.
He wants to watch out because that man
Thanks, man.
That man can punch, with gloves or not. He can punch. So just watch out, because one of them Andy Ruiz temple touches could just send the Bambi legs on. Just be careful. I'm not counting Ngannou out, but this should be just business as usual. It should be straightforward, right?
Yeah, he should smash it to death.
Yeah. There's not going to be much moving. Ngannou's not going to move.
You're joking, aren't you? Ngannou's going to be proper cagey, mate. Have you ever seen Ngannou versus... there's some guys. Derek Lewis.
Nah.
Derek Lewis is an absolute monster of a man in the UFC. And it was clashed as 2 absolute monsters going at it. And for the full fight...
Look at the body differences. You can tell who's going to win that fight.
It went the distance, that, mate.
Did it?
Yeah, and for the full fight, all they did was circle each other, dancing around, not like engaging with each other. It was shit.
Right.
He threw 4 punches around against Tyson Fury and Ngannou, mate.
4.
4 punches around.
4.
4
in a round.
punches per
How long
round.
was the round? 3 minutes.
Yeah, so he threw in total 40. Well, he landed 40 punches in the fight over 10 rounds. That's 4 punches a round that he's landed.
Right.
Everyone goes on like he was brilliant simply because nobody expected him to do anything at all with Fury, just because he done okay and went the distance. And yeah, he put him on his backside, but he wasn't good. It wasn't good to watch.
No.
Punches landed 59. It's not a lot. It's like, it's just over, well, it's nearly 6 punches around he's landed.
He's only 11 off Fury, though.
Yeah, Fury was shit as well, mate.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
Yeah,
The Joshua thing, yes, it should be business as usual. It should be.
you want Fury to beat Usyk, Joshua to beat Ngannou, and then Eddie Hearn reckons that if it's like a case of Fury destroys Usyk, they'll probably do away with the rematch and just get Joshua Fury on.
Say that again?
So if Usyk gets smashed off Fury in the first fight,
Which he won.
but let's say he did, he
Okay.
stopped him in 5 rounds, hurt him, they reckon that they'll scrap the rematch. He'll still have his shot, Usyk, but they'll say, right, you wait, we're going to do Joshua Fury next, and then you can
Right.
fight the winner of those two.
I mean, Usyk wouldn't wait, though.
That's what do you mean?
If Usyk will have a rematch
They've
clause.
got a rematch clause, but it
So
doesn't
why would he let it go?
because if Saudi say, look, there's some money to step aside, let these two fight, he's your guarantee that you're going to get the fight after them, Moo.
But in order to make him step aside, wouldn't he need to be paid the money he was going to make from the rematch anyway? Wouldn't he need that money?
No.
Like, let's say, for example, a rematch, you said 100 million each, right?
Yeah.
Let's say for the rematch, okay, he's got his face punched in by Fury, the first one.
Yeah.
Right? I don't think it'll happen, but let's say it did. He's now got the rematch. And he knows he's getting another 100 million because the rematch will be bigger than the first. Or as big as, at least. Why would he then say, he's going to take the Saudis 100 million to make him sit down? But then that's going to make
But the
the other
Saudis
fight.
could say to him, look, there's $10 million, hold your horses, you've got a contract to fight the winner of Joshua Fury for the same amount of money in December or whenever.
Right.
It's just the way Hearn and Warren have been talking, that nothing's guaranteed with regards to what happens after Usyk Fury.
Well, if I've learned something about Usyk, that he wouldn't take it. He would, there's no way he'd step aside. No
Probably
way.
not.
If he got beat, he would. He's in my opinion of him is he's the guy that would go straight back in. I can't see him because anything, like you say, anything can happen. Because then Fury could get sparked out and he could never redeem it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a point.
I don't think he would. I think he'd be having that rematch. But if your prediction's right, then it won't go that way, will it?
I reckon Fury will retire after Usyk's beat him. And the only way you'll get him out of retirement is to fight Joshua.
For silly money.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, it'll be
I'll
the end of
second
him.
that. Yeah.
Sadly.
Yeah.
We've all fucked around for too long and missed the opportunities to fight each other.
Well, it's an age-old thing, isn't it? Like, it's not the first time we've seen it. It's not the last time we have neither. That's a sad thing, and it's money and politics, isn't it? Like that, obviously. It's still a thorn in my side.
What's
that
that?
Mayweather and Pacquiao fight. I know Mayweather was what he was, but I just always think that if that was 5 years earlier, 7 years earlier, maybe my heart's in it too much. I wanted Pacquiao to win,
Yeah, so did I.
like a lot. I was gutted when he lost.
Yeah, I was wanting Pacquiao to do it, but yeah, he wasn't.
I know he can say 5 years earlier Pacquiao might have won, but
Both
then
the
like
same age, and they're both aged the same way. But yeah, Pacquiao 5 years earlier would have been more of a problem, but you still think Mayweather
Floyd.
probably would have sussed him out.
he'll find a way. You just can't count Floyd out, can you?
No,
You just can't.
class.
He was so gifted, wasn't he?
Very.
He
very
had
good.
everything. He didn't have he wasn't a knockout puncher, but
He was in his younger days. He used to wipe people out, but
yeah, when
I think he
was,
hurt his right hand
yeah,
throughout
apparently
his
a bad
career,
hand.
and he couldn't bang as much as he used to.
Yeah, weren't they about 40 when they had this fight?
Yeah.
They were, weren't they both? of them?
Pacquiao was 39, Mayweather was 40 or 41.
It's mad, isn't it? Like, what a fucking waste. Like, what? But I suppose, no, not a waste. It's still the highest grossing fight of all time. So what am I talking
$400
about?
million, I think they grossed on that one.
God. Yeah, you know what? I wanted Pacquiao to win, but they fight at any time. Floyd finds a way to win.
Yeah.
He's just too good.
Pacquiao was just more exciting to watch, wasn't he, than Mayweather? But Mayweather's...
You know, Mayweather did a good job of being kind of a bad guy. Like, people paid to watch him lose.
Yeah, everyone tuned in to watch Mayweather get beat. Yeah.
Because of his arrogance and his personality and his braggadocious ways. Like, people always wanted him to have a taste of his own medicine and get piped down, but
Yeah.
never did. Never did. No. Do you think he's the best of all time? Or not? Is he TBE?
Yeah, I would say he is.
He probably was,
The
right?
Mexican kid, everyone goes on about. I can't remember the name of him, but he was like 23-0,
Right.
like 20-year-old, but he was killed. And
Oh, was he?
Mike Tyson says he was the best he's ever seen.
What weight was he at?
I don't know.
Not heavy, obviously.
No.
They don't normally have heavies.
Like
do they?
a welterweight or middleweight or something. Anyway, the best I've seen skill-wise is Mayweather, yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the highlight reels of his like best moments? It looks like he's in the Matrix.
Yeah.
Like he's just in a different dimension. He's just playing with them.
Yeah, back when he was Pretty Boy Floyd.
Yeah. I mean, not even just Pretty Boy Fly. Even when he was coming through and he was doing Canelo at the beginning and doing, what's that guy called? The Golden Boy.
De La
People.
Hoya.
Yeah. And what's his name? The one that nearly got him. Sugar.
Shane Mosley.
Yeah. Nearly got him, didn't he? He gave him a right wallop in the mouth.
Maidana nearly got him as well. Knocked his tooth out.
Yeah, that was it, yeah. But like any great champion, you find a way. And he'd always find a way.
He did.
He was the boy. Yeah. Do you think our era of boxing is the best era of boxing?
No.
I do now.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. Again, I wasn't alive in the other eras, but I've been taking note now for the past decade, and I'm aware of who was around and when they were around. And these are the golden ages and things. Like, yeah, okay, there was that one where there was like, you know, the Holyfield and the what's he called? The Bow. What's he called?
Riddick Bowe?
Riddick Bowe. That whole era, that was pretty good. But I think ours is better. And then you go back to the Ali days, and yeah, there was a couple of them. I still think ours is better.
I think the 80s was probably the golden era, wasn't it? Because you had the four kings. You had Duran, Sugar Ray Leonard, Marvin Hagler, and Tommy Hearns.
They weren't heavyweights, though.
No. Oh, you're just talking about specifically the heavyweight era.
Sorry, yeah, I just meant it as a heavyweight division.
Yeah.
I think ours is the best ever heavyweight division.
It's a big call, like, you know.
From the Klitschko's, from the end of their reign, to probably in about 3 years when these finish. I think that's the best era of heavyweights. I think so. I think the rest of them, you just sort of had like one main man or two. And I think us, we've got like quite a lot of men. Do you know what it could be? It could be media. Because now there's so much access to them. There's so much like content to watch on it. And it's so lit up and so made big, if that's even a way to say it.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a false sense of me thinking that the product is better than it is.
Yeah, I wouldn't agree that this is the best heavyweight era ever.
No?
No, I would say that the 90s was probably the best heavyweight era. You had Lennox Lewis, Mike Tyson, Holyfield, Riddick Bowe. There was loads of them. There was...
Who was that guy?
Vitaly was kicking about. Vladimir was kicking about.
Who was Bone Crusher Smith? Who's he? Is he somebody else?
Bone Crusher Smith, he beat Bruno for the world title, I think.
Who was the guy?
So this site called Ranker.com, this is apparently the best boxers from the 90s.
Roy Jones was back end, wasn't he? I don't think they were in the same era, were they?
How long Manny Pacquiao's been kicking about, man.
Is he in the 90s?
Yeah.
Bloody hell. Yeah. I've heard a lot. I've never watched it, but Julio Cesar Chavez, he was meant to be a bit of a boyo, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, he was like 80-0 at one point. He lost his first fight at fight number 83 or something. So if he'd have retired at 80-0, Mayweather's 50-0 wouldn't be anything, wouldn't even be a thing.
So he didn't lose the fight till he was in his 80s? Like to the 80-odd fight?
Yeah, 83rd fight, I think it was his first loss.
No way.
Yeah.
Huh.
Type of guy that was fighting 6-7 times a year.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard things about the Mexican thingy that they have a different way of doing stuff, don't they? The Mexicans. That by the time they go professional, like when they turn over from amateur to professional, like they're way more advanced than a normal amateur going to professional because they've had like 1,000 fights amateur.
I think Canelo was fighting a 15-year-old pro in Mexico.
I've heard this.
Yeah.
I've heard
I
this.
think he had like 20 fights that aren't even on his record in Mexico before he came to America and started fighting.
Yeah. You know, there is some fights on before then, but I think there's no point talking about them because this will come out after.
What's that?
Callum and thingy.
Oh, yeah, you got Callum Smith at the weekend. Yeah,
Yeah.
he beats Beterbiev. Stops him, knocks him out.
No.
Yes.
No. Isn't Callum Smith going up in weight?
He's already fighting at light heavyweight. That's how he's got himself in the
How long has he
mandatory
been at
spot.
light heavyweight?
This will be his 4th fight, I think.
Right.
Since he got beat off Canelo, he moved up.
You know after Beterbiev,
Beterbiev, yeah.
is that animal guy that never gets beat, yeah?
He's never been beat,
Yeah. That's him, yeah.
I know it is, mate.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Callum Smith's going to knock him out with a left hook.
No.
Counter left hook, puts him to sleep.
No.
Yeah. He's getting on now, Beterbiev,
40,
mate.
I think.
Exactly. Yard give him a right good go.
No.
He did. Yard had him a couple of times. Like Callum Johnson put him on his arse.
They all
A
lost.
few years ago. Yeah, they all lost, but
He's too hard.
No.
He's built a different. It's that where they're from. Them people.
Russian mountain thing.
Them people. They're from. Is it something Astan? It's a region.
Dagestan.
You're not touching them. They're just different, mate. It's different. It's not even fair. They should have their own league. All their athletes, they're fighting people. They should be in their own league because it's not fair with everybody else. They just dominate us. It's different. It starts from when they're kids.
Callum Smith's going to beat him, mate. You're going to be surprised.
No. Callum Smith's going to get stopped.
Nope. Definitely not. No way is he going to get stopped, mate. If Beterbiev wins, it's by decision. He's not going to knock Callum Smith out.
Well, if it's anything to go off, my predictions of late have been terrible.
I wasn't going to say.
So possibly you could be right.
Yeah, I fancy Smith. Fresh as a daisy, mate.
Fresh as a daisy?
Yeah. Fresh as a daisy.
I mean, he's not. He's
Isn't
been
he?
around. No, he's been around the block. Callum
What beatings
Smith.
has he took?
I'm not saying. Well, he's had a beating off what's his face.
Canelo?
Yeah.
No, his left arm took a bit of a beating.
He didn't have. Didn't
That's how it was, wasn't it?
Yeah. No, that guy's going to murder him, mate. That guy's going to murder him. That's what's going to happen there. He's going to murder him. He's going to, honestly.
He looks a lot more dangerous. As I
gonna
say, I don't know
murder
boxing.
him.
Looks a lot more
He looks
dangerous.
dangerous.
Callum Smith is going to be no mass in it. No mass. He wants no more, mate. That's what's happening.
Yeah, he looks more dangerous. That's what wins your fights.
If there was a bet for Callum Smith to run out of the ring, I'd take that bet.
He's a big old thing, Callum Smith. Even though he's moving up in weight, he's still much taller and a better reach. And
Do you know what
he's
wins
banging
this
hard
fight?
at light heavyweight.
You know what wins this fight? It's not anything from the neck down that wins this fight. It's here.
Yeah.
This wins this fight. And this man here, this Beterbiev, whatever he's called, Beterbiev, what's he called?
Beterbiev.
That man has something that Callum will never have here. Callum's a tough man from a fighting family, but this man has something else.
Does he?
He isn't a normal human being. This is something different. He is somebody different. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Now,
so,
granted,
so you're going Beterbiev,
If
yeah?
if Smith tomorrow night, because we're filming this it's tonight.
It's tonight, mate.
Well, anyone who's watching, we're filming this on the 13th of January. So if Callum Smith blows him out, I'm never going to make a boxing prediction again. Never, ever, ever. Because what I think I know, I obviously don't know. But I have...
You've got to factor in other stuff, Dan. Like, nobody's factoring... Like, your predictions the last time about Wilder. You're not
Right.
factoring... He hasn't fought in 2 years. Had one round in 2 years. Like...
When was this guy's last fight like?
It was Beterbiev.
Yeah.
Yard, I think, was his last...
Really? All that time ago?
I'm not entirely sure, mate. I think so. He might have had a fight in between.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, he knocked out that Joe Smith, didn't he?
Who's Joe Smith? I don't know Joe Smith.
Joe Smith, I think Joe Smith knocked out Hopkins years ago.
Did he?
Yeah, he sent him tumbling out the ring. You remember when Hopkins fell out the ring and landed on his head?
Oh, yeah.
That was
yeah.
Joe Smith. Yeah, it was
was?
his last fight was Yard, yeah.
Bloody hell. When was
that's
that?
that's going back to January last year.
Right, so it's
So
been a year.
he hasn't had a fight in a year.
And at 40, that's is he 40 now? 38, he's not 38, mate. He was 38 when he fought Yard. He can't be 38. How is he only 19-0 at 38?
He hasn't been pro very long, I don't think. Well, he's been pro long enough, like, but I think he might have turned pro in like 2016, 2017 and just not had many fights.
Beterbiev's going to batter him, and he's going to get him late. Callum will start the best, but Beterbiev will get him in the last quarter of the fight.
I think he gets caught with a counter left hook and gets put to sleep. I genuinely do. You can shake your head, mate. I'll be in your WhatsApp messages at 5 a.m. in the morning, mate. Don't you worry about that.
Should we have a friendly fiver on it, Chris?
You trying to earn back some of your money, are you, mate? Go on then. I'll
Don't
have
be
a five
lying.
a week.
Don't be lying to the audiences, Chris. Don't be lying to audiences. You know. So it's fiver on it, right?
Yeah, we'll have a fiver on Callum
We
Smith.
won't have all
Paterbiev.
this nonsense about how, what, where, and when. Just who wins.
Yeah, Smith wins.
Paterbiev wins.
Okay.
Okay. So I hope I redeem something tonight.
Good luck.
Thank you, Chris.
You are backing the favourites every time, by the way.
Yes.
And still missing out.
Favourites are favourites.
Favourite backer and misses out.
Favourites are favourites for a reason, sir.
Yes. Yes, they are.
Because the more, bookies normally win.
Yeah, I mean, everyone is hoping to see Beterbiev versus Bivol. That's what everyone wants to see. So
Yeah.
Callum Smith again will ruin that party and stop the boxing world from getting the fight it wants to see, because we never get the fights we want to see.
Yeah, I see where you're going with it. That, if off your way of thinking that what you want to happen always doesn't happen, off that, then yeah, it makes sense. Like, that's what's going to happen. And it's going to be, they should have fought sooner and blah, blah, blah.
Plus, Smith, he was always massive for a super middle.
He was
like 6'4".
It was ridiculous. He was completely out of it.
And since he's moved up, mate, he's now punching harder.
I've heard this. I've heard that now his punches are nasty because he's got that.
He's going into the ring at like 190 rather than having to come up from 168, maybe getting another stone in him at 178-ish. He's going up from 175 all up to 190 odd. Just like miles better, he looks
He's a big
steadier.
guy. He's a good guy.
What did you think of Joshua's performance anyway?
No, yeah, in hindsight, look, obviously, I'll take my L's where I take them. I was dead wrong, right? Why was I dead wrong? I was dead wrong mainly because the thing that shocked me wasn't Joshua, as much as Joshua did perform better than I thought he would.
Yeah.
I was pleasantly surprised, but it wasn't a shock because I knew he had that in him. I was shocked at how bad the other guy was. Now, I know what you're going to say. Joshua made him bad.
No, but I told you he was shit.
Yeah, I mean, you did. But I
Plodder.
And when I watched him, I was like, oh, this isn't who I thought you were at all.
No.
I pictured this. I knew he was going to be on the back foot, but I thought he was going to be wily, slick, moving, like just
None of that.
annoying him, where Josh was having to chase him around all night. He had nothing.
No.
Like, he had literally...
He's got no foot speed. He's got no head movement.
He's pointless.
He hasn't got any power on anything he throws. Like, there's nothing to worry you. That's why I thought Joshua would go and annihilate him, because he's got nothing coming back at him that he thinks, oh, I have to be a little bit careful here.
You know, he looked absolutely terrified.
Yeah, he did.
He looked absolutely terrified. It's as if he went in, he felt Joshua's power early on and thought, I want nothing of this.
Yeah.
I mean, Wallins, what did I think of Joshua's performance? I thought he thought, I liked what I saw, but it's difficult to gauge because he had such a wetty in front of him. But of course, he looked good. Looked in shape. He wasn't as good as he was in the Usyk rematch. I've never seen him shape like that before. That's the best I've ever seen him physically. That Usyk rematch.
Yeah, he looks stunning.
When he walked in the ring that night, I was literally like, I paused the telly and I was like, how do you get like that? Like, he's always in good nick, but that Usyk 2 shape was like, it blew my mind, the shape he was in. When he was stood in the ring at the beginning, it was frightening. He was immaculate. Immaculate. I think he was like a lower weight then, wasn't he? I think he dropped a bit of weight. So he looked more trim.
Came in a bit light, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
So the one in the black shorts, the second fight, Coatsy. The white shorts is the first fight.
Yeah, he was...
He looked proper organised against Wallin. He looked like he was. He had all his head was organised. He didn't have any doubts about what he was doing. He looked well coached. And
do you know what it is though? Like, you think in hindsight now. I mean, I should have known this. Like, Joshua's sparred him a lot. Blah blah blah. He knows him well. So going in, Joshua didn't have the thing in his head that he had about Usyk. He thought, I've wiped this guy. I've washed this guy loads of times. Joshua knew this guy's useless. Like, because Joshua's fought him before. And that's, when you go in a fight like that, like, of course he looked organised. He just thought it's just business as usual. I've boxed this guy's looks off loads of times. And I, that I don't want to be lulled into that by Joshua, because you know, I guarantee you, if Usyk or somebody was in the ring that night, you wouldn't have seen that in him. I think you get the feeling that Joshua doubts himself sometimes a little bit. Like he seems to be, I don't know the lad, do you know what I mean? I don't know what's in his head, but he seems as though, I don't know, like he shits his pants a bit.
Yeah, lack of
Belief?
certainty in himself. Yeah, he's unsure of himself. But I think
I mean, every time I see that
it's
Usyk fight,
easy to say about Ben Davison, but I genuinely think he's a
like Ben.
top coach. And
I like Ben.
the way that Joshua was talking about Ben Davison, like he was saying, it's like a light bulb went off.
Yeah.
Did you hear it? I know
Yeah.
but
But
he's
yeah.
just seemed a lot more put together, and as I say, sure of what he was doing. Sometimes he looks like he's not quite sure about what he's doing, Joshua. But like you say, he was fighting a pudding.
And
the
he
proof
was, yeah, and he was.
The proof will come when he fights either Usyk, Wilder, or Fury, won't it? Really?
Yeah, and I admit, you know, credit where credit is due, because you told me outright. You said Joshua's going to murder him, and you said this guy's an absolute pudding.
He's
And
shit, yeah.
And I was convinced, like, yeah, I didn't think he was a world beater, Wallin, but I was like, no, he's got more than that, Chris. And you were like, no, he isn't. Like, he's got no
very
chance.
little to offer.
Very little to offer, and you were dead right. Which is why I feel like I might be eating my words on this Beterbiev thing, because you sound pretty
But
confident. Do you know
Again,
what I mean?
you're not picking. It's not a bad pick to go with Beterbiev, but I just think Callum Smith's going to shock people and spark this guy out.
You know, I'm as English as I am stupid, so
Good luck to Callum Smith.
good Callum Smith. That's what I want to see at the end of the day. Do you know what I mean?
He gets beat off Bivol, but
Yes. Bivol's a naughty guy. Bivol is like, he's not a human being. He's like, he's a machine.
yeah,
He's like, you seen his, like, the thing he does where he steps on people's toes and that? He's mental.
no,
Yeah. He's got this like off it stance. He's like, he crouches low and he sticks his front foot out dead fine. He's like standing on people's toes
I see.
and he's like putting them off, and then he's like in and out, you know. Yeah, he's not a guy. Bivol will beat everybody, I think. I don't think anybody beats Bivol.
no, not a light heavyweight.
No. I don't think, you know, what's his name? Gringo. What's his name?
Beterbiev,
No.
Canelo.
I don't think Canelo wants anything doing with any rematch with him under any weight. Keep your distance. He'll beat him every time.
Yeah, I think so.
Styles make fights.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Bivol's.
I don't think Canelo can deal with somebody that throws that many punches. I think that's a problem for him. He's
Canelo's getting on as well, you know. He's had a long old career. I think he's had about 55, 60
He has.
fights now.
He has.
So he'll be on his. He'll be past his peak, Canelo.
And
But
Bivol's
yeah,
not.
Bivol's right in his prime, isn't he?
Yeah, he's-
Spectacular boxer as well. He's a better boxer than Canelo.
Funny looking lad though, isn't he?
Who, Bivol?
Yeah. What is he, like Chinese or something?
No, he's Russian.
Looks proper
Or
Chinese.
Kazakhstani or something like that.
Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's one of the few people that I've watched of late where I'm genuinely impressed when I watch him. He's a joy to watch. What's that? Kyrgyzstan. What a shithole of a country.
Just on the border of Kazakhstan.
Imagine that. Where are you from? Kyrgyzstan. Nightmare. Imagine that. Yeah. Fucking Kyrgyzstan. No offence, like, but
To any of our Kyrgyzstani viewers.
yeah. I'm sure there's many. Yeah. Well, have you got out else, Chris? Because otherwise, I've got a takeaway to have.
Have you?
I'm hungry,
What
mate.
you firing on, mate?
I'm back in Godfathers again.
Oh, yeah.
464592. If you haven't tried it, try it. You don't know about Godfathers, being a Stockdonian.
No.
It's a wonderful place in Darlington, where dreams are made of. It's called Cockerton.
All right,
And
yeah.
Cockerton
I know
is
it well.
Yes, it's a part of Darlow where I used to, my old stomping ground.
Yeah.
And there is a takeaway shop. I'm not paid for this. There's no commission for this. It's just genuine love for the people that run it.
All right.
Godfathers. Looks like a normal kebab shop. They don't take card. No, yeah, they don't take card. It's cash only, and they're not on Just Eat. And I always think that's a good sign
Yeah. Why?
because they don't need to.
All right.
They
yeah.
don't need to. Yeah, they're all right.
Yeah.
And
We've got
if-
enough loyal customers.
Yeah, and if you remember to get the cash out, because it's a fucking nightmare being at home, you haven't got
Yeah,
cash.
pain in the arse.
And you're going through your change jar looking for pounds, and now I've got 6 bar. Yeah, but anyway, so today I literally have been to. I got the cash out.
All right. What are you going to get? Parmo.
Yeah, Parmo's a filth, mate. I sent you a picture, didn't I, Southpaw?
You did indeed.
What are you saying?
It looked phenomenal, to be fair. Even do
They
that-
always do look phenomenal, but after 2 mouthfuls, do you not think, put that in?
Some I do. Not Godfathers.
No.
It's about balance, mate. It's ratio, mate.
Is it?
You know when you feel like it's too much? It's because it's got too much bechamel and cheese on.
Yeah.
The ratio's got to be right.
Yeah.
It's got to be
Have they
just.
perfected the ratios of the
It's not too fat. That's the thing. You've got to keep it thin. Keep it simple.
what the chicken itself.
The
yeah.
chicken's thin. The breadcrumbs. What's that?
That's Aaron Kirby.
Yes.
Shout out, Aaron.
Shout out Curbs.
Yeah. Rule 101, we have our phone on silent during.
That's the
people
one,
like
mate.
us.
There you go.
There we go. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing. I'm going to go get takeaway.
Sounds delightful, mate.
Is that the end of people like us for today?
Yeah.
Yeah? There's no more sporting events to talk about in that?
No.
No?
No, I think that's covered.
Are we done?
Yeah, we boxed it off, mate.
Yeah, thanks for
Thank
watching.
you. Well, this is becoming a regular thing, this boxing talk.
Yeah.
Tell you what, let's think of like, all right, hear me out, right, before we go, right? Listen,
Yeah.
you know, like the second best podcast in the world after us, Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Right. He does various things on his show, right? I'm not going to copy him on out, just saying, like, I think he has some good ideas, right? So he does.
Fight Companion's good.
Fight Companion. Right. He does the Fight Companion and he does Protect Our Parks. I think, Chris, this boxing thing, we should make it a regular thing. And I think on, every couple of weeks when we got a thing going on, I think we should expand on it.
We should
'Cause
bring
you
in
know
our
truth is-
sport analysis
Like-
of Chris.
Yeah, like some of these, the YouTube boxing community that
Yeah.
we're in, the YouTube boxing community, some of them are shy compared to us.
Right.
They are, man. Look at the crap they put out.
Don't have a clue.
I'm not going to like chastise anyone, but like the YB mates, yeah, he's funny.
Let's get the YB on, mate. Let's
Yeah,
get him on the
mate,
show.
Mate.
That's what we do, though.
Mate,
We need him
that's
on
what
the
we
show.
do know, mate. No, we're better than him. We're better than a lot of people.
Yeah.
So we've always said this. So let's just make it a thing.
Yeah, I'm game.
Next time you're on, you got homework.
Right.
Right? You have to come up with a name for this segment of the show.
Okay.
Right? So you don't use one that's already out there. So it's still going to be people like us, but it's going to be hyphen and then something like Fight Companion.
Right, okay.
Episode. So this is ... episode 2. This is 2 of that part of that segment.
Understood.
You get me? Mm-hmm. And it's going to be headed by Chris Muldowney each time.
All right, is
you
it?
get me?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Sound. Happy days, mate.
Homework.
Yeah.
When's the next? Just before we go, when is the next thing so people can know when to expect it? Because this is coming out when?
This will come out 2 weeks' time.
I think it's February the 19th.
The fight night.
Usyk and
Yeah,
So
so
what,
we'll
you whack
probably
this
throw
out?
this out February the 11th, just
Something
a bit
like
of
that?
time before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After that, what is it? When's the next night?
Joshua.
And we'll know
March the
undercard fights.
9th.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll know undercards by then. So that's March the 9th. So we want to get back here in a couple of weeks and do something. When we've got the undercard, we'll do a thing for that as well. Mm-hmm. Yeah?
Okay.
And all 3 viewers will find out how Chris and I did on Callum Smith and Berta Biev. ... Watch this space.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be all up in your WhatsApp in the morning,
I'm
mate. Where's
sure
me
you will.
fiver
I
at?
know
Where's
you
me
will,
fiver
yes.
now?
Yeah, I want the 5 if you lose. Anyway, thank you for watching. No, you aren't watching. You're here. Thank you. Thank you for watching. People like us. We'll see you next time.